Hi, class. I am going to follow the instructions on Canvas for launching the Vernon Manuscript DVD-ROM through a web browser. And so the first thing to do is you need to follow the link to download onto your hard drive the big 5 GB folder that is the Vernon Manuscript DVD-ROM. So you should have that all ready before you start this process. Now, the next thing you're going to do is, if you don't already have the Google Chrome browser, you need to download that and install it on your computer. My default browser is Safari on the Mac, but I did download Google Chrome, and now I'm going to start that. Now we're going to have to install an extension that allows you to take a folder on your computer and run it as a server on your local network. So you're gonna, usually you're drawing from, servers in some massive data center in Alaska or something like that. But you're gonna actually use your own hard drive as a server. And that's how this works. When you're in Google Chrome, I'm gonna copy the link from number 2 in the instructions on Canvas. If I clicked on the link, it would open it in Safari, and that would not help me. So I'm gonna copy that link, and that's in another screen I have open. You can't see it. And I'm gonna paste it here. And that's going to take us to the Chrome Web Store. You're not actually buying it, it's free. You'll add the extension. I've already added it, so I'm just going to do Launch App. And that opens this separate little app called Web Server for Chrome. It'll open, and it'll say stopped when you open it. And so the first thing we want to do is we want to choose a folder. Now, I've already set this up. I'm going to navigate to wherever I saved this. I actually have it in the readings folder that you have access to. And there's the folder. I'm going to click the folder itself, and that's what I'm going to select. Not anything inside the folder, but the folder itself is going to be our server. Then I have it set on run in the background, start on login, accessible on local network. That's interesting. It would be interesting to maybe try it on the internet and see if others could access it without having to go through this whole setup. Maybe something to experiment with. In fact, if you know about that and whether that would work and what that would take, please let me know. I'd be really interested in that. Anyhow, I'm going to leave that alone. And I'm going to go ahead up to the top here and start the web server. When I do that, it presents a couple of URLs to me. I'm not sure why there's more than one. Let's just start with the top one. And again, instead of just clicking on it, which would open it in Safari, which would actually work. That would work at this point because it's running as a local server. But I'm going to copy that link and paste it into my Chrome browser just to, for purposes of demonstration. And here we are at the index of the DVD-ROM. So we want to start with the link start vernon.html. And now we actually have the original DVD-ROM up and running through our local server on our web browser. And so we'll click start. And that brings us to the Vernon Manuscript DVD-ROM edition. There are PDFs linked here of other information. Some of that I'm going to assign to you. Some things you might, find answers to questions about why did they decide to transcribe it this way or that way, and the editorial policies over here. But the main place that you're going to be working is here in the transcription view. And what that gives you is a view of a manuscript page itself, which we can bring up to 100% so we can read it. And then here we have a transcription. Column A is referring to this column right here. If we scroll down, we get to column C, column B, and that would be, this is column B, this is column C. Those aren't terms in the manuscript itself, but it's just a way for us to refer to what's going on here. So, and so you'll slowly learn how to read this handwriting by painstakingly going back and forth between these. Now, if I want the text to be larger, I can do that. We've also got a description of this particular page. Every page is going to have that description. And then a glossary that for some of the terms that are in the used in the page description. Now, unfortunately, the one thing that doesn't work is, at least it wasn't working last time I tried it, was the search. Yeah, so the search is actually, it's going to search all of the editorial apparatus, but it is not, unfortunately, functionally searching the transcript. Yeah, so that's unfortunate, but if anybody knows how we might fix that, please let me know. All right, good luck with all of that. Let me know. I can help you troubleshoot.